I want to start this episode off with a question. And the question is, was I the only one who felt something like that happening last night in that game? Especially after DeMar, not even after DeMar. The Kings come back down 15 in the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. DeRozan forces overtime. In the final seconds of overtime, Debo gives the Kings the lead with 1.5 seconds left. Then he gets fouled, and in my opinion, a phantom foul by Russell Westbrook, and he knocks down two free throws to win the game. Now, as great of an ending as it was, and it ended, the best for the Blazers, but as am I the only one when everything was going right for the Kings? DeMar hits a three. DeMar was basically Superman, turned the clock back. Was I the only one who watched the game and felt like something bad is about to happen? I don't know what. I didn't know what. I didn't call this ended. I didn't think it was gonna end with free throws. I did not. When he took the shot and got fouled and the buzzer went off and everything or whatever, I thought the Kings got away with one. That was gonna be my pod. I was gonna tell you guys how I felt like something was going to go wrong and Sacramento fans were going to be pissed. And it took me all the way down to 1.5 seconds left in the game to be right, but I ended up right. So I'm just curious: was I the only one that felt something like this coming? This was crazy, but there were bright spots in this game. There were some good takeaways. I liked how everybody played for them. Not everybody, obviously, but a lot of people play. I like how a lot of people played in this game. The rookie, Maxime Raynaud, obviously was a big standout. Career high 29 points, 11 rebounds in 37 minutes. Been playing against some really, really good bigs lately. He talked about with Deuce and Mo how, you know, playing against Nikola Jokic and Jonas Valanciunas, how, that was kind of a welcome to the NBA moment because Jonas was, I seen it too. Like Jonas was just, it looked it was ugly, but great learning experience, great bounce back for Maxime. 29 and 11. Love to see it. He's competing. He's not backing down from anybody. I love that about him. Russell Westbrook, double double, 20 points, 10 assists. Keegan Murray, 17 points, turning into Dikembe Mutombo for some 17 points, 4 blocks, 2 steals, 43 minutes. Solid game from Keegan. DeMar DeRozan was the man. He came through in the clutch like he was supposed to do, like he's paid to do, like what the Kings brought him here to do. Finished the game with 33 points. And obviously, we talked about the clutch baskets and everything. Cardwell, 8.7 rebounds off the bench. Schroeder, 6.6 assists off the bench. Keon Ellis, 10 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds. Solid. And excuse me, I thought I was reading this wrong, but no, of course, Keon Ellis, 6 steals off the bench. Neat Clifford, 8 points. Dario Saric got beat up, had to leave the game, get stitches. That's basically what he did. But he had a board. But what I'm saying is a lot of players did well in this game, and the Kings played well enough to win, but so did the Portland Trailblazers. And that's why they won. They had an opportunity at the end. They cashed in on it. 2 free throws, win the game. Obviously, there's a lot of things we can point to and talk about when it comes to why the game ended up the way it did. Even not even ended up the way it did. Why was it in position to be there? Like, should the game have been that close? Should the Kings have won this game? I think we're going to see one major correction on Saturday when they play the Portland Trailblazers again at home. The one change that I would have made, and I don't know what the reason is. There's reports that it had nothing to do with being traded or anything. It was just a coach's decision DMP. If that is the truth, I think that coach's decision DMP will change in this next game. And that's the DMP of Malik Monk. Didn't see that coming. I say that. And now I'm not saying, yes, I am actually. I do Bleav the Kings win this game if Malik Monk's playing. Although everybody played well. Everybody. But I would assume he would come in and do the same. And maybe there was times at certain moments where I felt like Malik would have helped or whatever, his offensive, you know, firepower or whatever. I think it was times where it could have been used. But like we've been talking about all season or whatever, it's difficult. It's difficult to, find a rotation that works, especially when you have so many players that play the same position. That's going to be a continuous problem. Somebody is always going to be left out. I just disagree with guys being left out completely. That's what I do disagree with. I don't think it's like, oh, we got to play Malik Monk or we got to play Keon Ellis. Only one guy could play. I don't understand how we figure out. Let's figure out which one of them had the hot hand. Obviously, this is Malik's first DMP, but it's usually Keon Ellis, and I don't think Keon ever. I think he's too good for this team to get DMPs. I think it's acceptable for him to get, you know, have a game where he plays 7 minutes and then maybe another game where he play 18 to 20. But zero, this team at 6-21, they're not good enough for players of the magnitude of Keon Ellis and Malik Monk to be getting benched, especially Malik. So now I could be wrong, and I'm just completely, just throwing this out there or whatever. I think Malik plays on Saturday. I don't think he get back-to-back DMPs, and if he does, I don't think he's going to be happy about it. I don't know if it was communicated to him that he wasn't going to play tonight or what. He was a good sport. He was a good sport on the sideline for sure. He was engaged. He was cheering on his teammates. He was motivated. He did everything he was supposed to do as a great teammate. Because Malik Monk that's what he is. He's a great teammate, great person, come from a great family or whatever. So I don't expect to see any you know, spills going on the sideline or whatever, or any even complaining from him. I don't expect none of that. But a DMP is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Um, it's unacceptable for Keon Ellis. Now, outside of that, when it comes to I think guys at 6-21, I think everybody, not everybody, because we're not talking about Dario Sars, we're not talking about Carwell all the time. The guys that are producing at a high level, or to some degree, let's say that, because at 6-21, we can't be saying throwing out producing at a high level, because producing at a high level equals victories, and six ain't. That's not. Maybe this title of this episode will be unacceptable, but no, I just think you got to figure it out there. I don't think. Again, I said it over and over. I'm probably being redundant, but I don't think any of these guys that can really play should be getting DMPs the way they are. Malik Monk plays on Saturday. I think the Sacramento Kings win at home. I think we see a beam. But that's what games are for. We have to wait and see. They got a back-to-back Saturday and Sunday at home. This is man, that last play. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about it for a little bit. Now, I don't know. I haven't looked at social media. I haven't looked at what people are saying about the play, other than it was bull. That's all I am seeing consistently. That's the every time I get an alert from X or Threads or whatever, it's like, nah, that was a trash call. It was bogus. It was words that I ain't gonna say on this. It was a lot of bad words. I say that. But the one thing I'm not seeing is that it wasn't a. I'm not seeing many people say that wasn't a foul. Now, in my opinion, and this is my honest opinion, I do think he fouled him, right? But I take that back. Let me take it back. I think there was a foul that happened. Now you decide, and I think it was right in the middle to where if you're a referee, you could say, okay, Russ fouled him, or Denny fouled Russ. And I feel like whenever that's the case, where like I don't think a double foul, and this is where when we start talking about the toughness of the league and stuff or whatever. I don't like. I think it's rare that a double foul occurs or whatever. How about we just play through it? And that's what I thought should have happened there. There was contact. Some would say Denny created the contact. Some would say, and especially in Portland, so yeah, Sacramento would say Denny created it. Portland would say Russ created it. Russ created a foul. He is in his space, whatever. And both may be true, which to me means, especially with seconds left in the game, it should have been a no call. It should have been a no call. The Kings get their seventh win of the season. Portland walks off the court arguing with the refs and complaining, and but it turned into the opposite. The Kings. They're the ones arguing. They're the ones complaining. They're the ones going home with the L. It was such a good game. So close, but another L for the Kings. Great. I want to say it's great individual performances all around, which equaled a great team performance. Everybody did what they were supposed to do. Um, just came up short, and that's been the Sacramento Kings season this year. They've been coming up short on a nightly basis. But like I also see, some people talking about it. It's another loss, and it's another step closer to a top 3 pick in next year's draft. I don't know how much people care about that right now. I don't know what people want to see, but this season, it's just like Cam and May's podcast. This season, it is what it is, and we got to get through this season, and hopefully, there's some more, good things that we get to see. Hopefully, we see more of Maxime Raynaud's growth. Neat Clifford, Keegan Murray, want to keep seeing them step, going in the right direction, which I would have liked, like obviously DeMar did what he was supposed to do. He hit the big three, but I was surprised that that play was called for Keegan. They were trying to get the ball to Keegan to try to score and send that game into overtime. It got knocked away and knocked into the hands of DeMar DeRozan, who, without hesitation, he knew what to do soon as he got it. But I am curious to like how things would have went if Keegan got the ball. Well, it would have been nice. It would have been tight, but somebody who in a win-win situation, I want to shout them out real quick. And it was their birthday yesterday. It was his birthday, not their birthday. It was his birthday yesterday, and that's Kenyon Murray, the father of Keegan and Chris, who turned 52 yesterday, and for his 52nd birthday, had the opportunity to watch both of his sons play an NBA game on his birthday against each other. I'm I probably butchered that a little, but against each other. Imagine that. You got two sons in the NBA and they're both playing each other on your birthday, and you are there with your wife, your daughter, the whole family is there to see it. That and I see he posted on Instagram. This was the greatest, birthday, ever or whatever, birthday gift, whatever he said. But no, man, he was the only person in the building who, no matter what happened, it was going to be a win for him. And shout out to the Murray family because Chris was big in overtime. He made some great plays. Got an and one against his brother Keegan that helped put the Kings away. But he finished the game with 7 points, 7 points and a steal, 3 rebounds and assist. Shout out to the Murray family. Shout out to my guy Kenyon Murray. Um, Love seeing what you guys got going and everything. And matter of fact, gotta have you on the show very soon. But yeah, happy birthday again. And Kings fans, hey, hang in there. Hang in there. That's all I can say on a positive note is hang in there. I think better days are coming. I do Bleav that. Maybe I'm being naive. Y'all could tell me that I could take it. Maybe I am, but I think better days are coming. I like what Scott Perry has done so far. I like what I Bleav his plan is. And just enjoy the ride as much as possible. Last night was a good game. Hopefully we get at least a competitive game like that here in Sacramento tomorrow. I'll be there. You know, if you guys are there and you see me around, stop by and say what's up. Stop by and say, hey, I subscribe to the show. And if you haven't subscribed to the show, subscribe right now. Just scroll. You probably on your phone. I doubt that you're on a computer, but if you are, use the mouse. Go up, click that little subscribe button. Hit that button. Hit that button. Share this episode. Share any of the clips that you see. Whatever. Support the page, the Closer Sports. That's where you can find all the Bleav in Kings content and Mark Haynes stuff. Follow me at Mark Haynes NBA on Instagram and all the rest of the social media platforms. But until next time. It's Mark Haynes, Bleav in Kings. Signing out. Peace.